To quote the wise words of Homer and Bart Simpson, you don't win friends with salad. This morning, we are searing, we are sizzling, and we are starting a steak revolution right here in our kitchen with the help of Rob Firing and his brand new book. Rob, the sound of sizzling steak, Pavlovian response in me. The stomach starts growling. I get so excited. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
Talk to me about the research that went into this book, why you wanted to write it in the first place.
Well, I have some favorite butcher shops in Toronto. This is from Sanigan's in Kensington Market, and he has a lot of steaks, and I didn't know what they all were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Then I started trying each one and realized the cow is a really big animal, but we only go to
talk about the tenderloin, we talk about the New York strip, we talk about T-bone, that's much
kind of it.
Almost it. Okay.
But there are so many other steaks, and people in other countries actually like steaks like this better than the ones that that we think are really special. Okay,
talk to me about these three, because I've had all three, and in my mind, always sort of interchangeable, but they are distinct in their own way.
Yes, so this is a bavette. Some people call it sirloin flap. And it's very popular in France. Actually, they have 3 different kinds of bavette, 3 different names. Delicious, really holds on to moisture. This middle one here is a flat iron steak. They call it oyster blade in Australia because it's like an oyster. Very tender and nice and bouncy, almost like veal. And this is a hanger steak. It's a favorite among butchers. It's the real butcher's cut. It hangs down, and they steal it usually before they retail it. But now you can find these in a lot of great butcher shops.
Some real great nuggets in what you write. You know, talking about embracing the fat. Also, the fat that you don't see is really important.
Yes, it's true.
And you also say that certain cuts of meat should be cooked certain ways. You should, not every way of cooking is the right way for a particular cut. And we're going to do something called a reverse sear, which I had never heard until yesterday.
Right. Well, you see how quickly that happened. I mean, I just took this out of an oven. I warmed up really slowly at about 220 degrees to an internal temperature of about 115 to 118 degrees. So the steak is really done. I mean, a big steak like this you want at 120, between 120 and 125. I like it more on the 120 side, à point, as they say in France. And that is exactly the right temperature, I think. And you can just sear the fat. You can even just, render the fat a little bit before you before you sear it.
But what would be the benefit of this over starting it in the pan and finishing it in the oven?
Way less smoke, because you've taken care of the moisture on the outside of the meat. So it doesn't really smoke up. If you live in a, if it's winter or you live in a condominium, you don't want to smoke everything up. That's one thing. Plus, you have a lot of control, tons of control, because you're taking the final temperature right here as you're cooking it. And it should be, see, that is exactly right.
Wow,
right?
That is great.
So you're done, and you know it, and that crust is perfect.
That is fantastic. And lastly, what's one tip that you would tell people as we're getting ready for grill season? They're going to be putting their steak. Let's bring that over here.
Okay.
As people are getting ready to grill this summer, what's some advice that you would be giving them about cuts of meat or the way to cook it on a barbecue?
Well, I would say try steaks that are thicker. You're not going to get that crust and the juice and all the things that you want in a steak. Perfect, perfect.
Rob?
Yes?
This is my kitchen, and this is what I'm doing. Thank you so much for this. I'm telling you, this book is a gem for anybody who loves steak and wants to just get out of their comfort zone a little bit. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.